I mean, this saga, Patrick, has rolled on in terms of the Northern Ireland Protocol. You know, we've seen talk and talk and talk of Article 16. I certainly know those here on my channel hugely frustrated that we've not seen action from the British government on this. We've just seen talk. The DUP have now made their position absolutely clear on this. There are now reports that Liz Truss will move to scrap most of the Northern Ireland Protocol, that there could be legislation, a bill put forward, and that the potential EU response to this could be the EU suspending all cooperation with the UK. The Times report, she's also been warned, Liz Truss, it could lead to a trade war with the EU imposing tariffs on UK exports, and potentially, and this is something we have heard rumblings of before, that potentially the EU could even terminate the UK deal. What do you make of all of that?
Well, there's a lot of saber rattling going on from both sides. And as you say, we've heard it all before. And passing permissive legislation by Liz Truss's department, if that happens, again, that's something that looks like a preparation for scrapping most of the protocol, but it isn't actually scrapping it, it's just creating the power. So it's a kind of a lot of theatricals, really. So I think the government still isn't in the position where it's decided to go ahead and scrap the protocol or walk away, citing various criteria that have been met now, such as a distortion of trade, serious political difficulties in Northern Ireland. Ultimately, they're going to have to do that if the EU won't budge. Now, I guess the EU will budge a very little bit, but I think this has still got some weeks, perhaps even months, before we get to boiling point. But I would say the real danger for the government is they get themselves a reputation for always talking tough and never delivering. And you've seen that, for instance, with the cross-channel boats and the much heralded Rwanda deal. And we heard earlier this week that Priti Patel was about to tell the first batch of illegal migrants that they would be transferred to Rwanda. But that's not the same as actually setting a date and going ahead and doing it. So I think that would disillusion Tory voters the more times you rattle the sabre without any follow through. So in Northern Ireland, I guess the government can't really go beyond, say, this autumn without actually doing something, or they'll just be seen as bluffers.